I just had what I just had what occurred to me as what I believe is an uncommon thought. And huh?
What was it?
That is that recently in some states and more people are believing that having an abortion should be considered murder, and some people have been tried as like committing murder for having an abortion, women. And there's this huge controversy about having abortions, whether it should be considered murder to have one, because there's a whole bunch of people growing that believe that having one is like a really terrible thing to do. So I was thinking that if the side wins that believes that it's a really terrible thing to do and you can be tried with murder for doing it, that and this occurred to me when I was listening to Bill Hicks talk about every time you jerk off, you blow 2 million sperm. So those are 2 million potential people that could have like made it into the world, but not a single one of them got a chance because you jerked it off and blew it into a gray gym sock. So you could go to jail for the rest of your life for jerking off.
What?
In some fucking...
No way, dude.
Yeah, dude.
You
What
can't
I'm...
even jerk off in the privacy of your own home?
No. If... Alright. What I'm saying is, in the world that if having an abortion becomes considered completely like manslaughter, like murder, like it is now starting to become like growing in society, that's becoming more and more acceptable, that having an abortion is really fucked up. It's like murdering somebody. Whereas in the past, it wasn't a big deal. So what I'm saying is, if the side that wins that considers that to be, like, considered to be a murder charge, which it might, that the world will get so used to that, and it will just become more, the society will become more bitch-ass from there. It will only get worse, man. From listening to Bill Hicks talk about... you've heard Bill Hicks talk about when he's like shooting a load and he's like wiped entire civilizations off his chest with a gray gem sock. Huh? Well, he didn't mention any of what I'm thinking, but I'm like, holy shit. That is true, and if having an abortion is as fucked up as they're trying to make it out to be, that here in like 15 minutes... or in 15 years, damn, I'm fucked up. In 15 years, they'll make it like a really fucked up abomination. Like he was caught jerking off, and he just, instead of like jerking off into a biotube, like test tube where you could freeze it, put it in the lab, and like in the future they'll make it so that like your sperm has to be saved in a lab and put in a test tube and frozen, and by this time they'll be able to ship people to different planets, so too many people won't be a problem, and they'll just send people to all these different planets in the universe, and whatever the universe, I believe the universe is a part of a really, really big organism that we can not possibly like understand what it is, because the movie Men in Black, at the very end of the movie when it zooms out of the universe and we're a marble, I believe that we are something like that in another world that we cannot like fathom, and that we are the virus that is making it sick. Like we're making the universe sick by infesting all of this. The planets and stars and all that shit are probably like cells, like something as minuscule or even way more minuscule as like cells in the thing we are a part of. But if we are successful enough, we'll be like a microscopic virus that is in our body, that like a disease or something that can't be stopped, something that has like great technology, because like the stuff that infests your body, like diseases and stuff, like to get it, your body is a constant war with like viruses and like diseases and shit. Like you're constantly battling off, like your body is, there's all this stuff going on in it that you're not aware of. You're like all you like know is when you're losing the battle, you start throwing up or you start getting sick. Actually, when I was a kid, when I was a really young kid, I used to get sick all the time for no reason. Like now, it's because I drank too much, or because like I'm always able to determine a reason. But when I was a kid, I got sick for no reason a lot. Like I believe that like your body has to adjust to the world. Like chicken pox, that's a weird one. Like that's a perfect example though of what I'm talking about. Like supposedly like when you get a sickness, like something like sickness like the flu, like you can never have the same flu again. Your body like builds up an immunity to it, and like you can't get that same flu again. But there's like all these different kinds of flus, and the one thing that would like show, that would be evidence towards that, is that you can't get chicken pox twice. If you like, so if you were to get chicken pox twice,
I'd fucked you on camera if you recorded it.
no, I'm talking about chicken pox, dude. You can't get it twice. Nobody in history has ever been able to get it twice. So that would show evidence towards that you can't get the same flu or cold twice. And what I'm saying is that there's like this war going on inside your body against your immune system with these like high tech like civilizations that like we are one of those viruses to the universe. I believe the universe is a part of something bigger, like in the movie Men in Black. When they're just marbles, do you know what I'm talking about? Are you still listening? I guess it doesn't matter because I'm talking to like people that can't answer back. They just have to listen and watch me like talk about these weird thoughts. Oh my god. There was another one that was really fucking weird that I had to say. I hope I can think of it again so I can like start recording it again. But I just basically wanted to shout that thought off that I had, which I believe I've done. There was another thing that I wanted to say. I hope I can think of it before I have to lose consciousness and go into another dimension.